G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Cam Writes. First off, I just wanted to say that thank you for everyone who watched my first video. As you could probably tell, I was a little bit nervous behind the camera. I'm usually a bit more energetic, but hopefully that will come with more experience as I keep doing these vlogs. And also secondly, my mic whilst riding, I'm really sorry about the quality. It isn't really clear. I'm not using the best mic out there. I literally picked up a cheap mic, so hopefully the quality will get a bit better as we delve more into this moto vlogging world. Alrighty, so with today I just wanted to discuss a few other things with the Ducati that I might have missed yesterday, also the last video that I was doing. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was a few other little things, like for example the paint. I've noticed with the paint on the bike itself, it's actually really quite soft. When I picked up the bike, I could already tell there was a few finer scratches, like just from say my jacket and stuff. I mean I should get a tank cover protector, which I am getting into, but I noticed it was like it was really delicate. So what I did is I got a paint protector put on my bike. I got it done by a company called Optico. It's a US company, and obviously they're international because I have a store here in Sydney. And I called them up, and they put a paint protector on for me. So what it really is, it's a ceramic coating. So it's pretty much putting another clear coat on top of the bike. And what that also does is that it makes it glossy all the time. They say you never have to wax it again. It's also hydrophobic, so when you wet it, you actually see the beads of water just stream off. Which I haven't done so as of yet because I only got it done a few days ago, and it's still pretty in immaculate condition, so I don't think I need to do that. But they do all the plastic. They do you know, not only the paint but also the mirrors and all other plastic that you can see. They also do the wheels, which is really cool, and also any exposed metal bits as well, which helps. A little bit pricey, but I mean for a bike that like this, I find it worth it. It upholds the quality a bit more as well. It also stops any bugs and like tar that flicks up from the road sticking onto it, which I think is also good. And it protects a bit more against the finer scratches. Like it's not scratch proof or stone chip proof. Like if you want that, they do customize this plastic film that you can put on your bike. That is actually quite expensive. I think I just asked out of curiosity, and they said for the whole bike it's going to cost $2,000. So I mean, if you can do it, go and do it. I mean, I would recommend doing that, especially on the front bit as well. But I'll put a link in the description below for their website. The guys down there are really nice. They did an awesome job, and they gave me a free Uber ride within a 10-kilometer radius, which I think was pretty cool. So I was definitely happy with that. Another thing I wanted to touch on was the mirrors. I have noticed, like I have been reading out there that a lot of people find these mirrors really easy to break because they actually don't swivel. It is actually quite annoying. I mean, I guess probably because of the turn signals, they don't want them to fold in and out. But it is really quite annoying. Like I think I read some guy said that he broke his mirrors because his jacket got caught on it as he was walking past, and it broke. So I mean, fingers crossed nothing happens like that. But what else? I am getting a comfort seat put on. It's not too bad. I mean, I've got a pretty tiny tushy, so it's not too bad. but you could definitely after a while doing long distance, I could definitely feel that it is a bit hard, and there really isn't. I mean, if you can see, there's not much foaming there. So I'm getting a comfort seat whenever that comes into Australia. I've already bought it when I paid for the bike, so whenever that comes in, that's getting put on. And I think by looking at some pictures, it's got some nice trim, and it's like a different style, so that's going to look a little bit different. I've also put on some radiator guards. I don't know if you can see that, Evotech oil and radiator guard. Unfortunately, what my dealership told me was that there was no Ducati Performance parts making radiator guards as of yet. They haven't. They're like, you can't get them from Ducati Performance parts, which is unfortunate because that would have been cool. So I sourced mine from Evotech, gave it to the dealer before my bike was getting pre-delivered, checked, and they whacked it on for me, and it was awesome. Apparently it is quite an effort taking all these fairings off and stuff, so I was more than happy for them to do it instead of doing it myself. Also, I've only had this bike for nearly 2 weeks now, and this chain is really slack. Like, you can tell I'm lifting it up, and the top one's not moving. And you can hear whilst you're riding as well, like you change gears or you let off the throttle, and it slaps. And I have read about that online as well. A few other people have been having issues with that, which is actually quite annoying. Hopefully it's just an easy fix, that it wasn't tight enough before delivery and that there's not a huge issue. But yeah, it's not really that much else that I sort of wanted to cover about it. Did the paint, did the wheels, I didn't mention the wheels, I don't know what I'm on about. Did the paint, did the mirrors, sorry. And then it also comes with a lithium battery instead of an acid battery, which is found in the base. Just because of weight, it's a lot lighter. But I have noticed on cold mornings, I mean, I'm wearing a shirt at the moment, so it hasn't gotten to that cold in Australia just yet. But in a few nippy mornings, that with the battery, with starting up, it actually takes a while sometimes for it to kick over. So that's another thing. But I mean, I've already talked about the stand as well. Yeah, damn you, Ducati, whoever made this stand. But you actually can get a pin for it, where you take out that pin right there and you screw in a longer one, and apparently that makes it a lot easier, so I might look into that a bit later on. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. Gotta get that chain sorted out. But I mean, everything's running pretty smoothly. I haven't run into any issues yet. Fingers crossed, guys. Hope nothing like that happens. But yeah, well, thanks for watching again, guys. Hopefully I touched on a few other things that that other people haven't touched on before, to make it a bit different. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask. Just drop a comment below. I'm usually pretty good at replying. So yeah, just drop a comment, or if you're in Sydney and you want to catch up for a ride, let me know. And we can sort that out. But anyway, guys, have an awesome rest of your day. I'm gonna go out and enjoy a ride and hopefully get this chain sorted out when I get back. Alright guys, thanks. Bye.